I heard the coolest thing on the radio the other day. Okay. Kind of shocking, but cool. It was talk radio, not NPR. I don't listen to NPR anymore. I used to be an NPR junkie, but it was something else. It was a local news station. Anyway, they were saying that the drinking rates of people drinking have gone down 56% nationally here in America. I don't know about internationally. 56%. So alcohol sales have gone down 56% in the last few years. I heard my husband was talking about this with me a couple weeks ago, and he was saying that drinking amongst kids, like kids younger than 21, has gone significantly down. So they're definitely adding to that number. And I started doing the research, and he's absolutely right. Drinking is not a big thing for high school students and college as much anymore, which is like mind blowing. So it really got me to thinking about this. Okay, so when I was in high school, I drinking and drugging and all of that was like big time. Like people just a lot of people did it. I wasn't a big drinker in high school, but it wasn't like I wasn't altered at all. I was like more about give me the psychedelics and the pot. So I was definitely altered, but I just wasn't drinking. But then when I went to college, I was drinking, but I was never a big party drinker. I didn't like those kind of parties. I didn't like the big kegger parties. It was not my jam. I was more of the like, let's get a small group together and get drunk with a small group as opposed to a big group. But I started drinking alcoholically, which eventually led me to rehab. However, learning that drinking culture has gone down 56% is massive. And I started thinking about like the women and the people that are in my age group right now. And, I'm not around a lot of people who drink because alcohol is just not a thing in my life. And so very rarely, I have a few family members that drink that I'm around, but some people I know will drink like a glass of wine a night, whatever floats your boat. If you feel like you're in moderation with it, that's totally whatever is gonna, if that's your medicine, that's your medicine. Um, People know when they start to drink alcoholically or addictively. So then I know some people who drink once in a while. I have my friend Kathy, who is not a big drinker, but what she loves is she loves to go to fancy restaurants and see like test out different recipes. Like she'll buy like a $30 cocktail just to taste the flavor of the different things that they add. So I'm just not really around it. However, I do know that my age group, I am 53, there was a lot of drinking and like the age group below me too. So to hear that alcohol sales are down by 56%, I started wondering about this. I'm like, okay, are people medicating with something else? Is this because the pot industry has gone off the roof and people are smoking pot? Possibly. I don't know. I didn't do that much research on it. I would venture to guess that maybe that's not my story. I don't smoke pot, don't like it. I know that it's some people's medicine is to smoke pot. It makes me feel terrible. So I stay away from it. So it could be that, or people could be medicating with other things. And then I was reading about the kids, and I'm like, why are kids basically not drinking anymore? And if I tuned into the energy, I could kind of guess why, but I wanted to see what Google or ChatGPT said. And what they said, what the internet said, was that they are more health conscious. They want to be more clear. They're more about focus. They're more about physical wellness, which is kind of shocking because Gen Z, I don't know, but this generation gets a bad rap because people say they're lazy, they don't do, their work ethic is off. They're like this, and that. They're not like it was when we were younger. They're in a very, very different energy field, like energy, not field, but they're holding a different energy and they're working differently than we did. They have technology, they have all these things that we didn't have. So when I was reading that they're more focused and more health conscious, thinking about my daughter who's going to be 17 in December, I don't know none of the kids that she hangs out with drinks or vapes or just anything. Not that I know of, and she would tell me. She and I are very close, and she would tell me. And the school that she goes to is a private school, so that could be like, oh, the kids have enough money to buy drugs, or they're, or they're watched a lot. I don't know, but their drugs are not that big of a thing at her school. Neither is the alcohol. So here is the silver. This is like where I think it's really, really cool. What if we are actually turning to the light? What if this generation that people have so many issues with, right? That they don't work the way we want them to work. They're selfish. They're this. They're like the narcissistic energy. You know, the selfies, all of that. But what if they're actually turning to the light? What if they're actually the ones that are going to be moving us forward into the new earth? I don't love the term the new earth, but I'm saying that because that means that things are changing, things are shifting, and we're moving past the old paradigms. So the reason I don't love the new earth is because it's become like a spiritual, like just a thing people say, but things are really shifting and really changing. So by the kids not drinking and staying focused and in their bodies and lit up and in the light, what does that mean for future generations? Does that mean that we're headed in the right direction? And all I could say is yes. So while there is like all this darkness on the line, all these things, you know, everybody's talking about it all the time. The world is this, the world is that. And I have talked about it too. Oh my God, there's so much happening. Oh my God, the breakdown. Oh my God, this is what's happening. But what if? What if? Yes, all those things are happening, right? Like the mass shootings, the other things that are happening. Yes, all that stuff is happening. Those things are small. I mean, they're big, but they're not big in numbers. The media likes to focus on all the horrible, terrible, horrible things that are happening. What if the media focused on things like this all the time? What the kids are doing, that people are stopped not drinking as much, that health rates are better. I mean, health is better, focus is better, productivity is better, relationships are healthier. What if the media focused on that stuff? We would live in a very, very different world. It's because we are fed with what's wrong. But I'm beginning to see that there's a lot that's right. And in fact, the fact that alcohol sales are down by 56% and that the alcohol industry is losing money because kids are not buying alcohol says so much. It gives me so much hope. I can't even tell you how much hope it gives me. I see that as we are going in the right direction. There is always a shadow side of everything. And the media loves to focus on what's wrong, right? Like that this woman who that's on trial right now who killed her kids. I'm not going to go into that. Awful, horrible, so horrible. It's just on multiple levels. And if you haven't heard about it, I don't want to say her name out loud because I feel like they have put this on display for people to see. And the only reason I know about it is because it was coming through on a podcast I listened to. My point in sharing that with you is the media loves to focus on what's wrong. And there is in the terrible things, right? If it bleeds, it leads, that kind of thing. However, we are moving into the light. And I'm just going to use the term the new earth. We are moving into the new earth. There is so much light and goodness on this planet. And the fact that alcohol sales are down, and it is one of the most toxic things that we can put in our body. In moderation, not a big deal. Nothing is a big deal in moderation, in my opinion. In my opinion. You know, some people use like red wine as medicine to relax the nervous system on occasion. Okay, great. That's fine. Do that. We know that it's when things are not in moderation, but how many people have been harmed by alcohol, killed by alcohol, beat up because someone's ingested? The list goes on and on and on. So this, to me, is one of the most amazing, most powerful things I have heard in a very long time. And in fact, it got me so lit up and so excited that I'm like, I'm in the right business, my business. I want to help people come back home to the light. We are here, you and me, to continue to usher people back into the light. We have got to keep this train moving. It may feel slow, moving toward the rebirth, the new earth. things are changing in a good way. And you know what? There's going to be messy stuff on the side, but let's focus on the good things. And so here it's like every client that I support and help starts to feel better in their body, or wake up and open up their psychic gifts, or start to clear their ancestral lines so that their kids have a better opportunity. And so their kids can help move the light into the new earth. I know that I'm in the right place, and I know that I'm doing the right thing. And I know that you are too. This is we get to celebrate today. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. This is the best thing I've heard in a very long time. So those days that you feel down, because I hear people say it all the time, and I've been guilty of saying it myself. Oh, the world is so messed up right now. Oh my God, the world, the world, the world, the world, the world, the world. Yeah, the world's always been off. I'm not off. The world's always been through stuff. World War I, World War II, the Holocaust. I mean, there's always been something. But we have more resources. And I truly, truly believe that the beings that are starting to come into this world, the new beings, and we haven't even begun to touch on the babies that are being born right now, are the indigo children, the star children, the bodhisattvas. Woo! This is good news. We are doing the right thing. Let's keep it up. The days that even I'm going, oh my gosh, nothing feels like it's shifting, or, I work with someone, I'm like, and maybe there's a slow burn and they're not getting the results that they want immediately, even though I know I'm just going to keep holding space and they're going to get there as long as they keep their foot on the gas. I know it from personal experience and from working with people for a very long time. We keep our feet on the gas, the spiritual gas, the psychological gas, the gas that's going to keep moving your light forward, keep healing your relationship to yourself and the divine, and we can't go wrong. So the fact that we have been doing our work and this is the result of the alcohol, we're doing it. We're doing it. All right, my name is Beth Osmer, and I will see you on the next video.